A low score can trigger a broad conclusion: I am bad at math, or I will never pass. But the score is narrower. It measures performance on specific tasks at one point in time. Ask which skills and behaviors created the result, and which one should be corrected first. Math anxiety grows when every problem feels identical. Divide the weakness into categories. Foundation gaps involve skills such as fractions or negative numbers. Setup errors choose the wrong equation or operation. Calculator errors produce the wrong input or output. Reading errors miss the target, and time pressure can amplify every category. Each needs a different solution. A fixed identity statement is too broad to guide study. Replace it with a skill statement. Instead of saying, I cannot do algebra, say, I lose track when I distribute a negative number. Instead of saying, word problems make no sense, say, I do not identify what quantity the question asks me to find. Precision lowers the size of the problem and creates a practice target that can be measured. When many questions fail, look backward for a shared prerequisite. If equations are difficult, check integer operations and simplifying expressions. If percentages are difficult, check decimals and proportions. If graphs are difficult, check coordinate reading and rates. Spend enough time to make the prerequisite stable, then return to the GED level task. This is not going backward. It is repairing the part of the structure that later skills depend on. A worked example is useful when it reveals the mental process. Ask why the operation was chosen, why a number was included, and how the answer was checked. Then close the example and solve a parallel problem. If you get stuck, identify the exact step rather than rereading the whole page. Repeat until you can explain the method aloud. Understanding becomes reliable when you can produce the steps, not only recognize them. Large worksheets can create fatigue before learning occurs. Begin with 3 to 5 questions on one skill, then stop and review. For every miss, write the cause and correct the problem without copying the answer. Complete one new question of the same type to confirm that the correction transferred. The calculator can reduce arithmetic work, but it cannot decide what the problem means. Before pressing keys, write the operation or expression you intend to enter. Estimate the approximate result. Then calculate and compare the output with your estimate. If the result is far outside the expected range, check the setup and input. This sequence prevents calculator fluency from hiding a reasoning error and helps you trust the result for the right reason. Improvement may appear before a large score increase. Track whether you need fewer hints, make fewer setup errors, work more efficiently, and explain the method more clearly. Confidence should grow from evidence. When a former weakness stops recurring, you have proof that focused practice changed the skill. After a low diagnostic, do not restart the entire book automatically. Select the weak area that appears most often or supports the most other skills. Learn the prerequisite, complete guided practice, solve a small independent set, and mix the skill with older material. Then complete a short timed checkpoint. If the error persists, make the target smaller. If it improves, add the next related skill. Recovery should be sequenced, not emotional. A retake plan should answer 3 questions. What was the dominant cause of the previous result? What specific work corrected it? What new evidence shows that the correction holds under test conditions? Time passing by itself is not preparation. More random questions are not necessarily preparation. A changed method, improved accuracy, and stable timed performance are reasons to believe the next attempt can be different. Use a 7-step recovery week. Day 1, classify errors. Day 2, rebuild the key prerequisite. Day 3, study a worked method. Day 4, complete guided and independent questions. Day 5, mix the skill with familiar material. Day 6, complete a timed mini-test. Day 7, review the evidence and decide whether to repeat, advance, or schedule another readiness check. The sequence creates movement without hiding the weakness. Math anxiety and low scores become more manageable when the problem is defined precisely. A score is data, an error has a category, a weak skill has a prerequisite. A practice set can be small enough to review. A calculator can support a correct plan. Progress can be tracked through accuracy and independence. You do not need to feel confident before beginning. You build confidence by producing evidence that your process is improving. You now understand the exam structure, score system, official diagnostic, preparation workflow, study routine, test day behavior, and recovery process. Use these lessons as the operating system for the subject playlists. Choose one subject, diagnose the current gap, learn one method at a time, practice until it transfers, and use timed evidence to decide when you are ready to move forward.